Just a couple of examples of solving ratio problems that involve vector problems that involve ratios. Okay, so first question, we've got a parallelogram. We've got OACB is a parallelogram. Okay, so that means that we know the opposite sides will have the same vectors because they are the same length and parallel. So we therefore know that they will have the same vector. So if O to A is A, B to C is A. If O to B is B, A to C is B. Okay, so label those on because that might come in useful. Okay, then let's look at the rest of the information. P is the point such that O to P to C is in the ratio 3 to 1. Okay, so this is 3 parts of the line and that is 1 part. That means there are 4 parts of that line in total. So this is 3/4 of the line and that part is 1/4 of the line. Okay, so take your ratio, add together the 2 parts, so 3 plus 1 is 4. That's the total, that's what's going to be on the bottom of your fraction. Okay, then O to P is the 3 parts, so 3 out of 4, and P to C is the 1 part, 1 out of 4. Okay, from there, the questions are quite similar to the ones that we have done on midpoint, but it's not going to be a half this time, it's going to potentially be 3/4 or 1/4. Okay, so let's go through these couple of questions. So we want to find just, first of all, the vector of O to P. Okay, so think of the journey that we can do to go from O to P. Okay, well, O to P is going to be 3/4 of that whole line O to C. Okay, so it's going to be 3/4 of O to C. Now, come over to the side or maybe underneath or something. We need to work out what the vector of O to C is. Okay, so to go from O to C, I'm going to go from O to A and then A to C. Okay, O to A is A and A to C is B. So O to C is A plus B. Okay, pop that back into what we've got over here, and that means that O to P is 3/4 of O to C, which is 3/4 of A plus B. Now we can leave our answer like that, or we could expand the bracket if we wanted to get 3/4 A plus 3/4 B. Okay. Question 2, or part 2, sorry, of that question. We want to go from P to A. Okay, so let's think of a journey of how we can get from P to A. We can go P to C and then C to A. We could go P to O and O to A. Okay, let's carry on up. So we use the quarter as well. So we're going to go from P to C and then we're going to go from C to A. Now P to C is 1/4 of the whole line O to C. So it's 1/4 of OC plus our C to A, which is going to be minus B. I put plus minus now. Okay, but that's just going to be minus B. Okay, so 1/4 of O to C, again, we worked out O to C earlier on. So 1/4 of A plus B minus B, which we're going to expand this time and then simplify. So 1/4 A plus 1/4 B minus B. Okay, I'll write my final answer over here because I'm running out of room. So therefore, the vector of, not O, P to A is 1/4 A. Now, 1/4 minus 1 whole is going to be minus 3/4 B. Okay, and that's your final answer. Now, sometimes you can have those as a show that question, and occasionally, if you have a fraction, they might take the fraction outside a bracket. So you could have had that as a show that, and they might have said show that it is equal to 1/4 lots of a minus 3b. Okay, which we can see is just this factorized, taking out the quarter. Okay, so just be careful that if it's a show that question and you've not quite got what they've asked for, just have a look at the end. Could you factorize? Can you take the fraction outside? And then does that leave you with the correct answer? Okay, just another example. So we've got more than one to have a look at. Okay, so this time we've just got a triangle. Okay, we know that O to A is 2A, is the vector 2A. O to B is the vector 3B. And P, although P isn't drawn on, but we are told that P is the point such that A to P and P to B in the ratio 3 to 2. So P is going to be somewhere here. Again, add together the parts of your ratio. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, so AP is 3 out of 5, or 3/5 of the whole line. And P to B is 2 out of 5, or 2/5 of the whole line of AB. And all we want to do is find the vector of O to P. Okay, so let's create a journey that we can do to get from O to P. We can go O to A and then A to P. Okay, now O to A is 2A. A to P is going to be 3/5 of what the whole line is. So 3/5 of A to B. Again, come over here or to the side or underneath or somewhere you've got a bit of room away from this bit of work and work out what A to B is. Now, A to B is A to O plus O to B. Okay, we don't know the vector of A to B, so the only way we can work it out is by going A to O and O to B. So that is minus 2A plus 3B. Okay, that's our vector of A to B. Sub that back in over here, and we've got 2A plus 3/5 of minus 2A plus 3B. Okay, expand and simplify. So we get 2A. 3/5 times minus 2 is minus 6/5. Okay, you just times the minus 2 by the 3. Okay, and then 3/5 times 3, again times the top the 3 by the 3, you get plus 9/5 B. Okay, now we want to simplify these. What I'm going to do to make it easier to simplify them is change my 2 whole A's here to a fraction over 5. So that would be the same as 10 over 5A, okay, because that would simplify to 2. And now it's going to be easy for me to take away my 6 over 5A. Okay, plus 9 over 5B. Make that look more like a 9. Okay, so 10 over 5 minus 6 over 5 is 4/5 A plus 9/5 B. Okay, again, a show that would be fine as your answer, as that question is on its own. A show that question might have said, show that it is equal to 1/5 bracket 4A plus 9B. Okay, so again, if it is a show that question and you get to the end and it's not quite looking like what they've said, maybe just see if you can factorize. Can you take a fraction out? In this case, we could take 1/5 outside. So you're taking 1/5 outside, and that just leaves the top numbers in front of our letters. So 1/5 of 4A plus 9B. Cool. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have any issues.